And now, A2C presents Halloween Havoc.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is spooky season, and it is time for the spookiest PLE of the year, Halloween Havoc, as I'm with my boy, TJ. TJ, how we doing, man?
We're doing great, David, on this Halloween night, and I'm sure we're going to have some non-stop action here tonight.
We definitely are, as I'll let you start it off.
In the main event tonight, we got triple threat action as the A2C World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins takes on Jon Moxley and Roman Reigns. It's all on the line, and will there be a new face of the company here tonight?
And we've also got the six-man tornado tag team matches. The Lethal Nightmares and Jey Uso go up against the Red Circle, where Jey Uso has been fighting against the Red Circle for weeks and finally gets a chance to possibly put a nail in that coffin.
Talking of coffins, we've got a casket match. Danhausen versus the Icon Sting in a casket match. There's no pinfalls, no submissions. The only way to win is to trap your opponent inside that box at ringside and close the lid. Who will win tonight?
I know we've also got the Trick or Treat Battle Royal, as we've got many men in this match. Will it be a trick? Will it be a treat for the winner? We'll have to find out later on in the night.
We have Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes face off against each other after a fierce rivalry, including multiple brawls. In a first blood match, loser draws first blood and the other reigns victorious.
And we've also got another six-man tornado tag team match as the Phenomenal Elite take on the Triangle of Terror, where obviously Kenny Omega got that win against Bray Wyatt on the Emergence, and we'll see how this goes.
And we've got Santos Escobar's shocking return, puts Swerve Strickland's rise back to the top. I might have fucked that up. But, so these two men meet in a Hell in a Cell right here, right now, to kick off Halloween Havoc.
And here we go, but I've got one question for you, is whose house? You're not gonna do it? Not gonna do it, TJ? No?
No.
It's Swerve's house! As here comes Swerve Strickland, the realest man in the room. And this man, obviously former A2C World Champion, got defeated by Roman Reigns, has been on a little bit of a slope. And obviously another slope or roadblock, to get his way back up to the top has been the returning man of Santos Escobar.
Well, as you said, he calls it Swerve's house. Tonight the landlord just installed steel walls, and he looks at that cell. He sees freedom. There's no rules, there's no limits, there's no mercy. It's just him and the violence he can create. And standing in his way tonight is Santos Escobar, and I'm sure he's going to do whatever it takes to come out victorious tonight.
And speaking of Santos Escobar, here comes the King of the Ring, the greatest man, and this man still hates Nick Khan, even though he's 6 feet under, or if you want to say it, 20, because I know that man's down in hell tonight. And even the person that gets buried in the casket match, or even in this hell in a cell, that's not enough hell that Nick Khan is sitting in.
Well, he's here tonight, after a while away from ring action. He's here to make a statement, and he isn't rushing to that cell. He's slowly studying it, he's measuring it, and he's ready for it. And I'm sure he is ready for his opponent tonight in Swerve Strickland. And Santos Escobar sure looks menacing.
And we also seen on the previous emergence there is that he got attacked by Swerve Strickland on the outside, but you can still see it. He's still got that neck brace on. This could be an issue for Santos Escobar, but we have seen stuff like this before. If you remember in that small indie company, the man also have a match later tonight. Cody Rhodes had a torn pec in a Hell in a Cell, and he still burst through it and got that win. And we have to see if that will be the same story for Mr. Santos Escobar, the King of the Ring tonight. As ladies and gentlemen, let's kick off Halloween Havoc. Let's get spooky, let's get metal, as it is Swerve, it is Santos Escobar, and it is Hell in a Cell.
Well, you mentioned the injury to Santos Escobar and potentially injuries force their mate, my brain's not working tonight. Maybe we stop.
Your brain isn't working. Maybe you've become a zombie, and that is great Halloween spirit there, TJ. But the one thing that may be looking is a ghost, as Swerve looks like he's seen a ghost in Santos Escobar after his shocking return attacking Swerve Strickland. He's now just stomping on Swerve, calling him up already. You can see that Santos Escobar, even though he had that kind of neck injury, he hasn't been having any ring rust recently, and obviously the neck brace is off during this match. So, you know, that may be a good or a bad option for Santos, as that could expose Swerve to that neck even more and possibly could cause more injuries than he's already faced previously.
Well, Swerve looks in control. And a beautiful move to Santos Escobar, leaving him lying on his back in the centre of the Hell in a Cell.
As there's the cover, this could be it. A no kick out by Santos Escobar. And Swerve, he may be looking desperate, he may be looking for anything he can do to put down Santos Escobar, possibly make him leave for good, injure him for good, as he looks to make his way back to the top, back to possibly A2C Gold. And also, I'm pretty sure Santos is also going to be on that, as a beautiful spinning European uppercut there by Santos Escobar, and just standing there doing everything he can to make sure that Swerve Strickland feels hell tonight.
Well, the beauty of a Hell in a Cell match, you can't escape what you locked yourself in with. You boys got into this match, and only one man can come out on top. I'm sure these two men are going to give it everything here tonight.
And obviously, you're saying you can't escape, but on top of can't escape, you can use any weapon under that ring. You can even use the stairs if necessary. So tonight, there is no escape from the pain that you will feel. This is why this is one of the most dangerous matches in wrestling history. As look at this, Santos. Beautiful submission there.
And these two men slowly going back and forth in this match as Santos Escobar moves out the way of Swerve Strickland's knee. But now, Swerve Strickland able to get in a roll-up pin. And Santos turning it on Swerve. And a 2 count by the referee. And this match is full back and forth so far tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
And this has been absolute chaos for these men. It's Swerve now. Oh! Swerve now looking to make that house call. Straight onto Santos Escobar, straight on the neck. And now kick out at 2.
And these two men look like they came prepared to this Hell in a Cell match. Swerve, moonsault from the top rope.
And I was looking for something again, but oh, big knee there by Santos Escobar. Finally turning the tide a little bit more in this match. Sending Swerve on the outside.
Well, now they're out on the outside, right next to that steel cell. Every inch of that steel has tasted blood before, and tonight it's hungry once again.
And you may be seeing some sides of these two men that you've possibly never seen before, as that is what the Hell in a Cell does to you. It changes you into a different person, a more menacing person than you've ever been in your entire life, because even in the matchup, your whole entire point is to cause hell on your opponent, and these two men have been trying to make each other's lives hell already, and this just brews on top of it.
Santos Escobar looking to be in control over the last minute or so, orchestrating violence towards Swerve Strickland tonight. And I'm sure after his time away from the ring, he is back for dominance and redemption.
And now look at this, Swerve changing it up a little bit more. Just trying to make sure that he can do everything he can to inflict damage on Santos as he sends him into the steps. I'm pretty sure that's both men now sent into the steps at their own equal rights against each other. And, you know, obviously they're near that door. Although you can't escape, there's still that chain there. There's still that little bit of chain you can use possibly to inflict damage on your opponents, as well as just the steel structure itself. I swear, oh my god! Smashing him right up against the cage.
And the feeling of the steel hitting your back must send shockwaves through your entire body. And I'm sure Santos is going to be feeling that one still. And again, right into the side of this Hell in a Cell.
As Swerve was looking for something sinister there. I'm pretty sure he's been looking to try to break. Oh my god, as I'm saying now, they broke this. They're outside. They've broke the cell. And now this can cause more mayhem as, oh my god, Santos is climbing up.
And the whole point of a Hell in a Cell is to keep these two men contained. And they've somehow managed to escape. And look at Santos Escobar. He's on top of that cage. He must be over 15 feet in the air.
As Swerve now is climbing, oh my god, these two men are climbing to their deaths. Let's look at that, Swerve double thinking. He's like,
the poor referee's got to get up there as well.
Now Swerve fight. You see, look at Swerve. Swerve's been a big, massive pussy right now.
Well, maybe it's tactics. Just toying with Santos Escobar, but now, finally, scaling his way all the way to the top.
As there we go, fight. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh no!
Santos,
no!
Santos! Oh my fucking god!
And I think Swerve Strickland might be dead. And Santos Escobar.
Well, Santos Escobar has possibly just made sure that Swerve Strickland has just met Nick Khan in hell.
Well, we know how dominant Santos Escobar can be, but I didn't know that was going to occur here tonight.
But how the hell is Swerve Strickland still moving? He got a slight, but why are you climbing back up? You've just been put through a table, and you are crazy, Swerve Strickland.
And you've got to give props where props is due. Swerve Strickland still not giving up despite what he has just went through.
It's on the top of the cage.
And Santos Escobar is now bleeding from the face.
And now, look at Swerve. What is Swerve looking for? Oh my god! As Swerve's looking to inflict so much damage tonight, as rolls him. Oh my god! Right on.
Clearly showing no fear here tonight. Clearly not afraid of heights.
But I am majorly afraid of Santos Escobar's career as, oh my god, he's looking for a house call on the top of the cell. Obviously no pins can occur at the top of the cell, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. I don't think they can though. But, you know, this is just inflict more hell. As went for a drop kick there with Santos Escobar. Swerve now striking on his own.
Clearly, David, on this Halloween night, the spirits aren't the only things rising, as these two men are over 20 feet in the air, and they're not showing any fear. You can't simulate this. You can't rehearse this. This is real steel, real danger, and two real men willing to put their bodies on the line and do whatever it takes to win this match.
And look at this. Is Santos gonna look for the Destroyer? Oh my god! I'm pretty sure Swerve's got CTE.
Well, Swerve Strickland has really went through a war so far tonight.
And that is it. I mean, Santos came back to inflict some damage as, oh my god, he may be looking for that phantom driver. as he connects it on the top of the cell.
Well, we briefly spoke at the start about Santos Escobar coming out here with a neck brace. Maybe that was just for show, because he's clearly showing no signs of injury so far tonight. He has been utterly dominant.
Oh my God, look at him. He's looking at... Oh my God! I thought he was gonna just blast him on the middle of the top of the cell there, but just connecting with a big ginormous knee onto the face of Swerve Strickland is now just damaging the leg. Is obviously he may be twisting it a little, but at the same time he's grinding it on that metal at the top of the cell, inflicting a little bit more damage. Oh my God! Oh my God! Powerbomb! Oh my God! Santos has just fell from the top.
And this cage just gave way, and Santos Escobar fell straight to the canvas, and that could be the end. And how has he kicked out of that?
Both these men are in Hell in a Cell for a reason, both possessed by demons tonight, and that is proving it as Santos Escobar now going for another Phantom Driver, and this could be it through the table. Phantom Driver on the top, Phantom Driver on the bottom, and oh my God!
How is Swerve still fighting? The amount of punishment that he has been through in the ring, outside the ring, on top of a cage.
That is just absolute insanity in this match, but we expected it, but I don't think we expected it to get to the levels it really has tonight. Swerve getting put through that. I just don't know what to say. It's just crazy.
I don't know how these two men are still going back and forth this far into the matchup with what both of them have been through. And no, they're heading back outside of the Hell in a Cell.
And I don't even know why they're going back on the outside after everything that has occurred already. These two men, this just proves how much they hate each other and despise it. As oh my God, Santos is going back up. Santos is going back up after falling through that cell.
It's already been carnage here tonight, and these two men not giving in. Santos, Swerve on the edge of the cage.
As now they're just fighting on each other, trying to make each other fall. But who will fall first? Who will fall flat? That is the real question here. It's oh my God! Swerve falling down again. As Santos now making that big climb up to the top yet again.
And Santos pretty much provoking his opponent to climb the cage, but now maybe having second thoughts, trying to climb down, but no, Swerve's not giving up. Swerve's climbing back up.
And Santos is going back up as well. These two men are not giving up. These two men are causing hell on each other, and oh my God, they're going to go back at it. Oh my God, now Swerve's busted open.
Well, both men busted open. Surely no rivalry is worth risking your life, but to these men, it clearly means everything.
And again, it's Swerve that fuels the fall. And now again, it is Santos climbing up top. Oh my God, I thought he was going to dive off. I thought he was going to be absolutely insane and try dive off. I think he's looking at it. I think he's looking at it, but slowly seeing Swerve starting to get back up and decided not to go for it.
I think Santos is clearly playing the mind games tonight. And Swerve says no. Oh, never mind. He's climbing back up.
As look at Santos just waiting for him. Santos is waiting for Swerve Strickland. He wants him to get back up. Now, look at this, just absolute brawl and maniac mentality by these two men. As now, oh my God, he's gonna go for it again. He's gonna go for that. Oh my God! a Mexican destroyer yet again.
This is the kind of matchup that ends careers, and we might just be seeing that tonight. These are the kind of moments that will haunt fans for years, especially at a pay-per-view like Halloween Havoc. And oh no!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Flatliner again!
And I think we need some medics out here, whether now or after the match. I'm sure the medics are not going to be climbing to the top of Hell in a Cell.
Oh my god! No!
Crazy men.
No! What is he looking? What are you trying to do, Swerve? Oh my god! No!
No!
Oh my god! His fucking neck! His neck! And I think I see a fucking bone poking out! What the fuck? Not just did Santos land on his fucking neck, but he fell through the cage again! And that is it to give Swerve Strickland the win. But oh my god, I think Swerve Strickland has just put Santos out for a while again.
Well, the punishment that Swerve Strickland withstood within that match, I think he deserves to come out on top. He managed to put Santos Escobar through the top of that Hell in a Cell that Santos was the one who provoked him up there multiple times, and it kind of serves him right.
It does serve him right, but I don't think that's enough, because look at it. Look at the neck of Santos Escobar. Absolute bruised, and I'm pretty sure that has been touched and broken again. And I'm pretty sure that is another medical trip for Santos Escobar, even just after coming back. And Swerve Strickland is sent him straight back to the hospital after just that complete insane move. As oh my god!
Oh
Swerve,
no!
Swerve! Oh my! What are you doing? His neck's already as bad as it is. Oh my god! He's just completely going riot on Santos Escobar.
Well, Santos finally came back. He put himself into this predicament. Potentially, this is what he deserves. And Swerve Strickland's giving him the punishment. Oh my!
God, Swerve Stomp! Swerve Stomp!
This is ridiculous. I said that they needed the paramedics. I think both of them need paramedics, but potentially Swerve needs mental help too. Attacking an opponent that is already getting stretchered away.
And I'm pretty sure that neck of Santos Escobar is not in good shape, not just after that, but after that brutal attack right after that match as he was trying to get stretchered away by medical. But now, that was a terror. But speaking of terror, here comes the triangle of terror in Aleister Black, Kane, and the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt.
The leader, Aleister Black. Perhaps he feels at home, as well as the other two men on his team.
They may very well do, as this is their type of element, the dark, eerie kind of aura that is around us. As you can see the fireflies out tonight for Bray Wyatt, you can see the mist out for Aleister Black, and you can see the slight hell and the slight flames that are out for Kane. And speaking of flames, I'm pretty sure a big flame has been ignited in these men after Bray Wyatt lost to Kenny Omega at the previous emergence just before this, and now they're looking to get some revenge and just wipe out the Phenomenal Elite.
Well, the Triangle of Terror, the embodiment of darkness, chaos and fear itself. The lights drop, the crowd falls silent, and it feels like the whole arena is holding its breath. These three men are as eerie as ever. And you spoke about Bray Wyatt losing his previous match, but these three men still have excellent records in A2C.
And speaking of, I guess, slightly excellent records, you do have Kenny Omega that's doing well in the G1 and obviously picked up that win there against Bray Wyatt. But a lot of people may doubt the Phenomenal Elite in that match, but like I said, a lot of people doubted Kenny Omega in that match against Bray Wyatt and pulled it off. A lot of people have doubted AJ Styles throughout his history, and a lot of people have doubted Bret Hart, especially after that Best of 7 series against Will Ospreay. But tonight, they're looking to rekindle their careers. They're looking to reignite what made these men so special. And tonight, there's no better doing it than together and facing one of the most dangerous and darkest factions in A2C right now.
Well, the Phenomenal Elite it's a brotherhood. It's built on skill, precision and legacy. This is 3 eras of excellence walking together with one purpose, and that is to prove that greatness doesn't fade, it evolves. And I'm sure here tonight they are going to absolutely demolish the Triangle of Terror.
But we will have to see if that is the story. Is, ladies and gentlemen, the 6-man tornado tag is just about to kick off right now. Look at that, Kane already going at it, Bray already going at it, and now Aleister Black, the Triangle of Terror, already going at it, going on top of this match already from the get-go.
Well, there's 6 men in the ring, it's bound to be carnage. Aleister Black, wonderful combo.
Oh, did you see? I think his whole entire shin just went on AJ Styles as he went for that standing moonsault. But not that standing moonsault, sorry. That moonsault when AJ was standing.
Well, it is pure carnage in a match like this. I think anything could happen. There will be stuff that we may miss.
As the referee's down. We've missed that. The referee's down already.
Well, there's bodies flying everywhere. There's no order. There's no control. It's just 6 of the best and darkest tearing each other apart.
I mean, this match, I know for a fact, is about to be an absolute thriller. But we do not know just how bad the stakes get until we sit here and witness it, as we are doing right now, as Kane with a big clothesline to Bret Hart.
Well, I'm sure these men might be imagining that this isn't a wrestling ring anymore. They're imagining it as a haunted house with turnbuckles. And these 6 men sure know their way around. That's for sure.
What they do is the cleaner cleaning out the table, looking to possibly try and put someone through, try and put one of these 3 men in the Triangle of Terror out this match. But a Sister Abigail by Bray Wyatt is the cover straight on him. And a kick out of 2.
Well, the Triangle of Terror, as you mentioned a little bit ago, they are incredibly dominant, and they're one of the
Black Mass!
Oh my! They're one of the strongest factions in A2C and nearly picking up the win.
I don't know why he never went for the cover on AJ when it was him that he hit with the Black Mass. But a kick out of 2 by
Bray Wyatt to hit his splash on him, which I think he hit.
No, he failed it. Oh my god! But Kenny Omega did not move out of that big ginormous clothesline. As the mandible claw locked in by Bray, but I think it was just the one, just inflict some damage as a cover already by Bray. This could be it, right off the dome. As kick out by Bret Hart is a beautiful German onto Kane. That is not easy.
Well, just then there was a beautiful moment like where Bray Wyatt had Bret Hart in a mandible claw, and the other 2 members of the Triangle of Terror had pins, and it was just great to see the Triangle of Terror pretty much in sync. And that is the look of a great faction.
It definitely is. Is a Styles Clash on a Kane? What the hell?
Calling up Kane. Beautiful DDT. Aleister
this match is so much chaos that it has made my monitor lag like hell. but we can still see it. We're still here. We're still live and in living color, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the good thing. There's another black mass, and oh my god, they're all trying to kill AJ Styles as Kane. Look at this. That could only mean one thing by the big red machine. Is Bret Hart get ready to go to hell? It's a choke slam.
And could Kane potentially pick up the win? Another kick out, and Aleister Black.
Here we go.
Black mass.
Fates of Black with a black mass. There's the cover. This could be it. As Bret saving the matchup for Kenny Omega and the whole entire Phenomenal Elite. Oh my god!
This match has been intense. It's been non-stop. There's now weapons, even more weapons being involved. And Bray just hitting AJ Styles with a kendo stick.
Oh my god, everyone's getting busted open. I'm seeing more blood than Jon Moxley in just a normal match. It's a one-winged AJ!
But he had to break up the pin of Aleister Black, and he's calling up Kane once again.
Oh my god.
AJ Styles stopping him.
Black mass! Is that Black mass?
Spinning knee. No.
I thought it was a Black mass, man. Yeah, I think it's the camera angle for me, you know. Got glasses for a reason. Still can't work. As there's been so many moves, so many finishers and signatures had in this match. As oh my god, Brainbuster there by Aleister Black. Is now Bret lifting up, just hitting the knee. And then look at this. Now it is slightly, I was gonna say it was slightly the Phenomenal Elite that was getting on top, with the Triangle Terror turning around just like that. It's AJ Styles! Oh my, how the fuck have you done that to Kane? What the fuck?
Managing to somehow.
I mean, it got broken up, but a pop-up Styles Clash to Kane is something you never thought you'd see in your life. It's another brainbuster by Aleister Black.
And I can't even tell who's in control. Currently it looks to be the Triangle of Terror, because all three of them men are standing tall. Aleister Black beautifully sweeping the legs of Kenny Omega. Now turning his attention to AJ Styles. AJ getting the better of him.
It's now Bray. I don't know what he's looking to do. He's looking to stalk Bret Hart right now. As AJ's clearing house with a kendo stick. Oh my god, that brutal knee to Kenny Omega. And a Pele kick. Oh my god. I thought he was going to go for another Styles Clash. But Bret, he's looking to lock in the sharpshooter. Is a tombstone possibly also going to happen at the same time? No, AJ gets out of it. As everyone's neutralized. But oh.
They look to have it held in tight. But Bray managing to escape.
And I think another Styles Clash got hit. Is that it?
All of the other men were distracted. And a beautiful pin. I believe AJ Styles was the one that got the pin off.
Pretty sure from a Styles Clash.
And the Phenomenal Elite managing to pick up the win. The trick has been handed to the Triangle of Terror. And the Phenomenal Elite pick up the win. What a treat that has got to be for them.
Very much. And like we said, there was a lot of blood in this match. But one thing for sure is that there won't be in this one, because it is the first blood match between Ilya Dragunov and the Authority's own Carmelo Hayes. And these two men thrive off just hatred of each other. But ladies and gentlemen, one person that I don't hate, I love, is him. Because Melo don't miss. Because that's all it is. And that's all it's going to be. Let's talk about it.
Well, he's a master of his moment. Carmelo Hayes. Every glance, every gesture, it's deliberate. He knows exactly how good he is. And he's right.
And that is exactly why he's got gold around his waist. Part of one of the biggest factions in A2C right now in the Authority. and this man is the man that calls the shots, because like I said earlier, when Melo shoots, he don't miss. So when this man calls the shots, you know it's 100, you know it's the right call, and tonight he's made that call and saying, Ilya Dragunov, I'm going to be the one to make you bleed first.
And now I'm sure Carmelo Hayes awaiting his opponent, who will be entering moments. And here he is, Ilya Dragunov.
And I mean, the man is called the Mad Dragon for a reason. This man will go through thick and thin for everything. This man is a demon in his own right, and what better way to unleash that demon in a first blood match at Halloween Havoc, where tonight you get to feast on your prey of Carmelo Hayes, someone in the Authority, someone who a lot of people don't like just because of the association with the Authority, basically, and being in it. And that one man who is in that gang is Ilya Dragunov.
Well, there's a presence about Ilya Dragunov. He's not too loud, he's not too flashy, but he's fast and he's volcanic. You can feel it before he even moves. And on a night like Halloween Havoc, where the atmosphere feels cursed and alive all at once, the Mad Dragon Ilya Dragunov looked right at home here tonight.
And obviously, Carmelo Hayes sits on that throne of the Authority, but Ilya Dragunov is the man who is looking to shoot and break it down with a torpedo, with a bomb, with a H-bomb, with a torpedo Moscow. That is the breed of Ilya Dragunov. This man is not a specific species of, he is a specific species of human. He's his own species. That is how mental and crazy Ilya Dragunov is. There is no one you can describe to replicate Ilya Dragunov, because Ilya Dragunov is his own demon. And tonight we get to see that against Carmelo Hayes. But the question is that will him put an end to the Mad Dragon? As we get some chain wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, I'm getting spooky and my dick is covered in cobwebs.
That's our first sight of chain wrestling, and David seems to be very excited as Ilya Dragunov locks the head of Carmelo Hayes.
And obviously, no pins, no submissions. The only way to win is to make your opponent bleed. And I've said this many times when this match was announced, is thank goodness that Jon Moxley is not in this matchup, because he would have lost right now.
Bleeds while walking to the ring.
Yeah, the match wouldn't have even started by now. He would have just lost in the spot.
Well, these two men have been back and forth. They had an insane backstage brawl on Overkill last week. It was ridiculous. There was shovels, there was tables, there was chairs, and I'm sure both men may be damaged, but they just want to beat the living shit out of each other. And this match will keep going and going until first blood.
And that may be it, as we get some more chain wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, we got him, we got the Mad Dragon. It's a big headlock.
Spooky chain wrestling.
Oh, that just made me rock solid. It's now some more action here by Ilya Dragunov, just going straight at it. And Carmelo Hayes, obviously, you said with the backstage brawl that we had on the Overkill, you know, that you may have said that that may have bumped them two up. But the thing is that may have gave these men more resiliency. Is look at this, and making Ilya Dragunov smarter is all he's done right now. And those last two moves is target the head of Carmelo Hayes, as that may be the one place that bleeds first, bleeds easily out of everywhere in the body.
If there's anywhere you want to target probably the nose, or like try to bust his lip. Does that count?
That should count, definitely. I mean, there's blood coming out, so.
And these two men have been very technical. I feel like if you want to get that blood out, you need to be more feisty. You need to punch. You need to kick. You need to do anything it takes. That's the spirit, Ilya. Beautiful chop.
And that is one thing, but one thing that Carmelo Hayes may have the advantage of, even though there's a weapon into play by Ilya Dragunov with a baseball bat straight to the head, like we've been saying, is that what I've been trying to say, no, is that Carmelo Hayes is obviously partnered and is in the authority, and all the members use moves that inflict using the head. You have Triple H and Johnny and everyone that's in the authority right now using the pedigree. You have Jimmy with the super kicks. You have Johnny again with the, I think it's like the one final beat. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. You know, and these men just have so many moves that can hit that head, inflict that damage on that brain, on that nose, on that mouth, that could cause Ilya Dragunov to bleed tonight.
Well, out of the two, who do you think's got the advantage here tonight? Would you say it is Carmelo Hayes with his authority background?
I would say Carmelo Hayes, but the thing is that you look at Ilya Dragunov, but this man is made of something. Oh my god! I forgot what it is. It's like the 45 something. I don't know that's what it's called. I think it's 45. But you know, Ilya Dragunov just doesn't bleed. I think this man's made of iron or something, because this man doesn't bleed, and obviously he has the Torpedo Moscow and the H-bomb, which he hits straight on your head, which again is dangerous. You know, you could have those pedigrees, those super kicks, you know, but the thing is that those H-bombs, one in itself could cause you to bleed. And that could be the story for Carmelo Hayes, so this could go to any man.
But Ilya Dragunov is used to picking fights, and he usually comes out on top. And I'm sure maybe if he, even though he did not handpick this opponent, I'm sure he's going to do whatever it takes to come out on top tonight.
He definitely is. He's looking to go top, as you're saying that. Calling up Carmelo Hayes. Just dropping him down. And now, look at this. Oh, I thought he was going to go for that H-bomb.
Just using the bat to his advantage. And that bat might come into play later on in drawing the blood out of their opponents.
There's an H-bomb, and he's doing it! I swear he was bleeding. Is that just me?
It looks to be blood on Carmelo Hayes' face.
And there we go. There we go. It's
Ilya Dragunov just winning off a H-bomb. And that was an incredible show from Ilya Dragunov.
And that is, like I said earlier, when you asked me who I thought was going to win this match, I did say one H-bomb could cause you to bleed. And that is the exact story that has happened. And that was the trick of Ilya Dragunov. And tonight, we are going to see another kind of trick, as we have the trick or treat battle royal. And you know what, TJ? I'll let you announce the participants in this match.
Well. The Trick or Treat Battle Royal is up next, and we have Randy Orton, we've got Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Obafemi, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Ray Phoenix, and Takeshi.
It's okay. I had that issue at the start as well. Don't worry. You know, I had to get my man Burston right. You know, the time is, oh my god, Xavier Woods just flattened him and an alley-oop by Kofi Kingston. This is going to be absolute carnage in this match. We're not going to be able to keep up with every move that is happening. We even may miss a couple of eliminations that happen. But one person I've got my name on, I think, would be Takeshita, because I think he has just got the chance to just do everything, inflict that damage, but you can't obviously doubt the big guys like Bronson Reed and Obafemi, who are probably the favourites in this match.
Well, if I was to put my money on anyone, I'd put it on Bronson Reed, because who in their right frame of mind is going to try and get Bronson Reed over the top rope?
Oh, I just seen Bronson and Oba going at it, because they, man, are no bread, no water, just meat. Oh yeah.
Now Oba and Bronson working together.
There goes my pick. Oh well.
And eliminating Takeshita.
It's Bronson. Oh, I thought he was possibly going to go for that Death Valley driver there.
Or just quickly going over the rules. The trick or treat battle royal. You must throw your opponents over the top rope and both feet must hit the floor. Last man standing in this ring gets to spin the wheel of doom. Will it be a trick or will it be a treat? We will find out after the match.
Trick
when
Williams.
Somebody eventually wins.
Will it be a Trick Williams?
It might be. No, it won't. He's not in the match.
Trick Willy Wonka, oh yeah. As now, look at this. Kofi Kingston could have been nearly eliminated there, saving himself. You know, he loves to save himself in these type of matchups where it goes over the top rope and both feet landing on the floor. It's now Obafemi was sent out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Obafemi was sent out by Rey Fenix a little bit there. Obviously coming back from that suspension that he had. Welcome back, Rey Fenix. But I thought that was going to be a bad ending. I'm saying
Xavier Woods is out. Bronson Reed manages to move out the way and Xavier Woods sends himself over the top rope. You got to feel for Xavier Woods.
And did you say Bronson was the man that eliminated him?
Yes, he ducked out of the way and Xavier Woods managed to move, just throw himself over the top rope.
And that then is 2, but that is also 2 for Obafemi the ruler. As these big, meaty men have got
and Rey
2
Fenix
eliminations each.
just went out as well. On the left
As
of our
Randy.
screen, Randy Orton eliminating Rey Fenix.
Well, welcome back, Rey Fenix, but it's not a happy ending as oh my god. Oh my god!
And that just shows the pure dominance of Obafemi. That is why he won the Pizza Hut Battle Royal.
And tonight he could get a chance to get more pizza. I don't know how he's going to get more unlimited pizza, but he might.
He can give it to a family member.
He could. He could. You know, I'm pretty sure there's starving children in Nigeria. Give it to.
And now
A new
Kofi
day!
Kingston, the only one standing.
Now Bronson Reed with a big clothesline. As, oh my god! Oh my god! Oh man!
Well, we saw
we're gonna
a
get
Trouble in Paradise just to the right of the screen then. And Kofi hanging on once again. He's not going to give up. And look at
Oh
the
my
power!
God.
Oh my! He
There's
just
another
threw
Trouble in Paradise!
Bronson Reed like a fucking pancake.
I mean, he does like to toss pancakes, so you're right there. Let's do it. Yes!
Bronson.
Please! No! I thought he was going to go top rope.
Now Bronson showing his dominance. The only
Here we
man
go.
standing.
Here we go.
And
Let me
he's
do it, let me
heading
do
to
it.
the top rope.
Tsunami!
And an incredible
As a fall
tsunami.
from
Oh my!
grace!
I feel like
A
Obafemi
tsunami.
has been the only one to dominate Bronson Reed in this matchup. He's lifted him twice and threw him across the ring.
That is the power of the ruler. That is why Obafemi is Obafemi. The man he is Kofi Kingston looking to save Obafemi there from a possible elimination by the hands of the Viper Randy Orton. You know he likes to sliver his way into getting sneaky wins. And tonight he could have got a sneaky chance of getting an easier chance to win this by eliminating a big man like Obafemi.
Well, Randy Orton just holding on as Kofi Kingston attempted to eliminate him.
Just out there. So I think Kofi's going for another Trouble in Paradise. As another fall from grace. You may be thanking God for the new day, but the God has just fell from grace. After that is oh my god! Oh my god! What the hell?
And Kofi managing to turn it on Obafemi, and Obafemi is out. No more unlimited pizza for you, Oba.
Those starving children in Nigeria must be raging right now.
But Kofi is still fighting.
As now we're gonna get some
Take your time, Randy.
vintage Randy Orton.
It's not pure vintage until we get an RKO, and we could be seeing one pretty soon.
And now, but he looks to eliminate Bronson Reed right now. Chuck him over
And oh
the
my,
top.
oh my, Bronson's trying to hold on. And he's
Oh my
out.
god! It
Randy
is
Orton's
down
just
to
eliminated
2.
Bronson Reed.
And it is down to two, Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton. These two men have had stories together. And now, tonight, New Day!
Move it out of the way! Randy Orton! He's still fighting! There's still
Randy.
something left in the tank.
Lifting up, Kofi, smacking him down.
I know, no, he's calling him up.
The voices are talking to Randy as he whips out Kofi, and Kofi saving himself yet again. That is the mastermind of Kofi Kingston. Is look at this, he could pull out a shock by eliminating Randy, but Randy fading out of it.
I think Kofi has been hanging on for dear life about 4 times in this matchup now. There's only so much longer he can hang on, surely.
Now look at this. He may be eliminating Randy Orton right now. Oh my God. He's so close. He is seconds away. Kofi Kingston for all of Jamaica. For all of the Caribbean. But no.
And Randy escapes. And it's still going.
Randy, kick there. As Kofi. Oh, trouble in paradise. To Randy Orton. This could be it for Kofi Kingston. This is his moment. Kofi. Also did it. Kofi's done it.
And Kofi reigns victorious. And he wins the Battle Royal.
This may not be Kofi Mania, but at least it is Kofi Havoc. It is Kofi A2C as he wins the Trick or Treat Battle Royal, as we will seconds away take it to the wheel to see if it is a trick or if it is a treat for Kofi Kingston.
And he did it for himself. He did it for the New Day. He did it for his entire fan base. And what a win. Kofi Kingston comes out on top. The underdog story.
As here we go, the wheel is spinning. Trick or treat, what will it be? Ladies and gentlemen, it is... Oh, Kofi.
Oh no,
Kofi.
he's went through all of that.
All of it for nothing. But there is worse things on there, like Taylor Swift being your song for a whole entire year. But what will his punishment be? What is the trick that will be on for Kofi Kingston? That is the question as we're waiting for the spin to finish. As oh my God, no. Oh my God, he's got the worst one. He's got the worst one.
It's the Taylor Swift theme song.
And this,
the rest of the year.
This is not summer, but this has been a cruel October now for Kofi Kingston.
He went through all of that punishment. Survived all of those opponents. Now he has to listen to Taylor Swift.
And you know, if I'm listening to Taylor Swift, I want to be dead and buried in a casket. And that is what we're getting to right now, as it is Danhausen and Sting, who made a shocking debut or return here. And here we go, as this is it. This is Danhausen.
Well, it's time for the casket match. And these matches can last a very long time, sometimes.
As oh my word, here comes the Riddler. This man could, you know, I don't know. This man is full of questions, I guess. This man is like, I don't know. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people underestimate Danhausen. A lot of other people underestimate this man. This man has pulled off shocking wins, shocking victories, you know. But you know, like,
why does he look so happy? You'd think he's walking into a birthday party, but no, he's walking to his potential grave. It's good to say he's got that Halloween energy, doesn't he, Dave?
He does have that Halloween energy. But you know, you can have that Halloween energy and you could be in that casket, and the thing that flies above you is a crow. And what better man knows crows than the icon, Sting?
Well, it's almost poetic. Sting, a man who's looked death in the eye his entire career, going into a casket match tonight. The face of fear. Sting doesn't need to talk. His silence speaks louder than any curse. Sting attacked Danhausen after his match, which created this matchup. Sting is here to show Danhausen how it feels to be stung.
And obviously, we've seen the Triangle of Terror earlier, who is full of darkness, but so is this man, Sting. This man loves to come out of the darkness. This man loves to just do anything, and obviously he has that iconic baseball bat in his hand that he could possibly look to use in this matchup to get Danhausen in that casket. But this man isn't just looking to put Danhausen, he is looking to form a new type of world around A2C, because that is just Sting's new world order.
Well, you talk about box office. One of these two men is going in that box, and I don't care which one, because it's going to be non-stop action and it's going to be entertaining. And here comes that casket.
As here we go, as the rules, there are no pinfalls, submissions, disqualification or countouts. The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent inside the casket, and after closing the casket lid shut, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner. That is the stakes of tonight. Oh no, he's finished. Thanks, mate.
And let's kick this match off. Danhausen, Sting, casket match. Let's go.
And now, look at this. Beautiful. They're going to flip there by Sting, going for a drop kick there, but Danhausen moving out the way. This man is solving the puzzles of Sting. You know, the man is the Riddler himself. He'll be looking to riddle this. He'll be looking to put Sting, the man of darkness. This is his kind of, this is Danhausen's own kind of dark night that he is facing tonight in Sting. And that is why he is pissed as the Riddler. And this is why he is looking to put that final piece in the puzzle and put down Sting in that casket for good.
Well, Sting has already been inside the casket tonight, but managing to power his way out. And it's not going to be that easy for Danhausen.
And obviously, we get a few frights here on Halloween Havoc. But tonight, the question is that who will be joining Dijak? Who will be joining Nick Khan? Who will be going in that casket and possibly putting their career 6 feet under?
We might be joining Santos Escobar after the actions tonight.
Definitely, definitely.
Well, I'd say this match is 6 feet deep in tension, but who is going to bury their opponent tonight? Who is going to put the final nail in the coffin?
Well, that is a very valuable question. As now it's Danhausen's turn to get put into the casket as the Icon Sting looking to close it. Is getting out of it just as easily as he got put in it. I thought he was going to look to close that there. Danhausen pulling in a light tube. Look at that, oh, right onto the light tube.
At first glance, I thought that was a kendo stick, but yes, he has in fact got a light from under the ring.
I mean, what better way to put out the darkness than using the light? And tonight, Danhausen was trying to do that with a light tube, but Sting obviously playing possum to it and making sure that he couldn't use it against him.
Well, this isn't just a match, David, it's a live action horror, and no one is making the credits. Not me, not you. Nobody. Except maybe the man who comes out on top in this match.
Very much as now Danhausen back into. Oh, no, now he's back into the casket.
It's like a nice bed.
It does look comfy, doesn't it?
I have to go and have a nap in there after this show.
Maybe. But no, Look at this, pushed up against the ropes, and someone let that sink in!
What do you think in a matchup of this caliber? Do you think you'd be more scared of your opponent or more scared of the casket, David?
I'd be more scared of you next to being conquered.
That's pretty valid, to be fair.
You know, because you're just so good with words. As a stinger splash into the corner. And now look at this, looking to go possibly for that Scorpion death drop, and that could be the death of Danhausen to put him in the casket, but no, Danhausen puts him down. And now he may be looking to say goodnight to Sting as he's going for the good night Hausen. This could be it. That could be the opportunity for Danhausen. He's taking advantage of it, putting Sting right into the casket after hitting it, trying to close that casket, and this could be it, TJ.
And Danhausen is doing everything he can to shut that casket, but he cannot outpower Sting.
And that is the strength of Sting. He's been through stuff before. He's been in Halloween Havocs before. I'm pretty sure in another small indie company. So he knows the stakes of this PLE. He knows what he has to do is... I thought he'd bring out the iconic bat, but he's got the nail in the plank, and he's looking to make sure, even though he's not dressed as a pirate, he's looking to make sure that Danhausen walks that plank.
You talk about the nails on the plank. Maybe he's trying to put the nail in the coffin, even though I used that joke before.
It doesn't matter. Just like if you're using the hammer, the second time it hits just as hard. And look at that beautiful drop kick there by Sting on the top rope. Now,
Well, I'm sure for Sting, as he tries to put Danhausen in the coffin, I'm sure for Sting, that casket isn't a threat. He's probably got one at home.
he probably sleeps in one. You were talking about it earlier. He probably sleeps in one.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I'm pretty
Right
sure
now it's not time to
Danhausen.
sleep. It's
Yeah,
time to fight.
I'm pretty sure Danhausen thinks he's the vampire and probably hangs himself upside down.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And now look at this. Oh! Finger never. I don't know if that was. I don't know. I mean, it kind of was. But
Now Sting opening that coffin again. It's like a casket.
we can call it whatever we damn please. Danhausen, I don't know what Danhausen's trying to do there with the ears. And so he's looking for the very hellish choke slam as he sends down Sting. That is two big moves of Danhausen, and tonight he is looking to make sure that the man Sting doesn't figure out that puzzle, figure out what to do. As Danhausen, I thought he was going to go for the most dangerous move in A2C history in the Danikiller, but he wasn't.
And Sting
But
is
he has-
back in the coffin. It seems to be repetitive over the last, I'd say, 5 minutes as Danhausen
As
is
oh,
trying
oh!
even harder to push that casket closed. And
Oh!
Sting managing to power out again.
As now Danhausen going on the other side. And now, oh, he had that nail bat again. Well, a nail plank. Sorry. With Sting. And now, I think he's going to possibly go for that death drop again. But Danhausen making sure that he gets out of it. As now, look at this. Oh, head first onto the casket. Trying to shove him in. But Danhausen turning the tide.
And these two men have slowly been going back and forth, but it seems Sting is always the one that somehow ends up in the casket.
And now, just waiting, just anticipating. I don't think he can do it outside the ring. I don't think he has enough space for it, especially with that big casket in the way. But oh,
Unfortunately.
slams him into the casket. Speaking of that, and now shoves him in.
And as I said, it's always Sting that ends up in there. And Danhausen, can he finally put him away? Can he finally close that lid? It's all of a sudden getting closer. Can Danhausen finally finish the match and Sting again?
The Danhausen. Oh, what? Just played in the Danhausen, just playing possum on him as the Scorpion Death Drop. Straight on the Danhausen, great possum play by Sting. As now this could be it to put Danhausen in the coffin, but no, my God, he's busted him open. That face paint is definitely wearing off now on Danhausen.
Oh no, quick David, hide. Danhausen's bleeding, and that means one thing. The vampires will be here soon to suck up the blood.
I thought he was a vampire. I thought he didn't have blood. But he does have a sledgehammer as he looked to try and use it. But Sting got out the way, but Danhausen still reversing it yet again. And now he has a chance to put Sting back in the casket again, but Sting reversing it. And now it looks like he's going to put Danhausen in the casket as these two men just keep going at it right next to the casket, deciding who's going to go in first right now and who is going to possibly get that lid shot on them, as it looks to be Danhausen is going to put him in yet again. And Danhausen's been waiting for this moment. Usually it is good night Hausen, but tonight it could be good night Sting, as he's so close to closing that casket. Could this be Danhausen's moment to get another big win? No! Sting gets out yet again.
And Sting is really not giving up tonight. He knows that he has the advantage at a pay-per-view like Halloween Havoc. I mean, Danhausen might be a little bit spooky, but nothing in comparison to a man like Sting.
And speaking of it, that could be it, and that could be the story here tonight. Is Sting possibly edging close, but no, Danhausen not even letting them get it a little bit more closer down to close that casket like Danhausen has been getting against Sting, possibly showing who has more kind of resiliency in this match, who has the better chance. But Sting does have that plank again, but Danhausen can have us another very hellish choke slamming coming straight onto the plank, possibly no, just missing the plank.
And these two men are still going at it. It is really non-stop. Danhausen throwing Sting into the casket. This could be the final time. He's going to try and close that lid once again.
This is it. Seconds away for Danhausen as he's done it. Danhausen with another big victory in his career. As that may not have been the return Sting was looking for, but Danhausen said good night, Sting.
And what a performance from Danhausen, now just standing on the grave of Sting.
At least he'll be joining his NWO member Hulk Hogan in hell.
And I just felt chills, and I'm not sure if it's the aircon or if it's because Danhausen's presence here tonight was that electric. Either way, it feels horrible.
And you want to talk about spooky shit? Well, tonight we've got next as another spooky team in the Red Circle as they take on the Lethal Nightmares and their great buddy Jey Uso. As here comes Cody Rhodes.
Oh, we love a bit of Cody Rhodes. I think he was the one that managed to pick up the pin on Karrion Kross when we got that little teaser in the tag team match.
As here he possibly comes in like 6 years time, as here is the American Nightmare, the man himself, Cody Rhodes. You think the Red Circle is the Men of Terror or the Triangle of Terror, but tonight you've just got the American Nightmare, who if pissed off can turn into Homelander, can absolute dismantle you into a grave. And here tonight, here we go! Whoa! Why'd you not join in, TJ? Why'd you not join in, TJ?
I'm not the biggest fan of Cody Rhodes.
This man, okay, after his last win, he has got rid of those Cody Jobber allegations, okay? This man is now trying to transcend himself to new heights. He's trying to put that darkness behind him. And tonight he is looking to put the darkness of the Red Circle down, along with Jey Uso, who has been having issues with those men. because obviously we've seen in an interview when he had with Kathy Kelly is that he pissed on Dijak's grave, a man who the Red Circle have been reminiscing ever since his death, and that has pissed them off. And tonight, that may be a big mistake as Cody Rhodes gets himself into it. And remember, Jey Uso is still hurt from that while back.
Well, once a jobber, always a jobber. Why do you think Cody Rhodes is only now winning matches? Now he's got Steve Blackman on his team.
As now, it is time. He may be a little injured, you know, but tonight he's looking to lock up the Red Circle as the Red Circle welcome to the Uso Penitentiary.
But Jey Uso has had his back and forth with the Red Circle over a long duration of time, but here tonight he teams with Lethal Nightmares, and can he finally get the upper hand? Now he actually has some allies on his side.
And obviously this has been brewing for Jey for weeks, you know. It's got that serious for him that he has said no yeet to the yeet. And tonight he is looking to prove that seriousness, prove why he's been telling people that people should acknowledge him, that he is the next in line, that he wants people to acknowledge him, but he's sitting there also trying to say that he is not trying to be like Roman. But even sometimes Cody himself has been saying, you've been a little bit like Roman recently, but if he wants to be like Roman, then I guess tonight he wants to get the Red Circle, smash him, stack him, pin him.
Jey Uso has been in a lot of feuds within A2C. He likes to get himself into a lot of trouble, especially with the Red Circle and obviously the Authority as well.
And a man who knew trouble is the man, the Oceanic Champion, Steve Blackman, as ladies and gentlemen, I want justice! Even though he's got his justice, but that's beside the point.
Well, Mr. I Want Justice, Steve Blackman, the Oceanic Champion. And I think Lethal Nightmares will get the justice that they deserve against the Red Circle, and they will become their nightmares.
And that is a big story that could happen tonight, you know. Tonight, Steve Blackman shares the justice. Jey Uso wants justice against the Red Circle. Cody Rhodes wants justice for his friend, Jey Uso. And tonight, Steve Blackman reunites the Lethal Nightmares just to help out on this.
When you look at this team, obviously when you look at the Red Circle, they've been together for so long, they have the chemistry. Now with this team, do you think that they can work together and finally get atop of the Red Circle?
And speaking of the Red Circle, here comes the nightmare-fueled men themselves. You want to talk about Cody Rhodes being an American nightmare? Well, tonight that nightmare's just got worse. As first, here comes out Joe Gacy, and just in a second will be followed out by his other members and Karrion Kross and the man himself, the former Universal Champion, Uncle Howdy.
And we saw Lethal Nightmares beat two members of the Red Circle in Joe Gacy and Karrion Kross, but it's a whole different feel when they're being led by the manifestation of madness, the disciple of darkness, Uncle Howdy. It's more eerie. I can feel the coldness from my seat.
And that's the thing, usually he guides them with a lantern, but tonight he relies on the fireflies, he relies on the spirit of Dijak, as tonight is the night that the terror inflicts on the Lethal Nightmares and Jey Uso. Jey Uso has made himself public enemy number one on the Red Circle. He is the man circled in red for the Red Circle, and tonight they're looking to put that kill shot on these three men tonight.
They're looking to replace that Red Circle with a Red Cross and potentially put an end to Jey Uso. Remember, David, this is one of the most dominant factions in all of A2C history, and I'm sure here tonight they're looking to gain redemption.
That could be former tag team champions, former Universal champion, but remember, in his own right, a little while back ago, if people remember, Cody Rhodes was a world champion, and tonight he's looking to get that mentality back. He's looking to possibly reclaim his kingdom, but tonight, to reclaim his kingdom, he has to take out the terrors that have been pitching those forks, trying to kill the king.
Well, similar to the other 6-man tag match we had earlier tonight, it is going to be hectic, it's going to be carnage, and we're going to have to keep atop of everything that is going on. Currently it seems to be Cody Rhodes who's going after Uncle Howdy, and now locking in a headlock on Joe Gacy.
As Blackman sending Howdy right there on the outside, possibly hitting that barricade on the way out. As the cover there by Cody Rhodes. Kick out of 2 by Joe Gacy. And obviously you've seen the kind of nightmare stuff, you've seen the tricks that the Red Circle can play, and the most recent trick in the book was acquiring Stephanie Vakir, was acquiring more darkness into the group, you know, and she may not be here tonight, but the thing is that the fuel and the fire of La Primera could still be inflicted on these men. These men and women share energy together. That is why it is a red circle, because the circle unifies them all together. The circle is the circle of energy, and that energy is punishment, is pain, is hurt, because there is no way they are looking to heal or play with these men tonight.
The Red Circle have not been doing too well recently, but I'm sure they're looking to get back on top, working together as a trio, as a faction.
Let's look at Jay and Gacy on the side. Jay obviously earlier, a little bit ago, cleared that table, which obviously we seen Swerve Strickland go through earlier on in the night. As, oh my god, he's got a barbed wire baseball bat, knocks out Karrion Kross with it, knocks out Joe Gacy with it, and now the third and final man to possibly get out with it is Uncle Howdy, but Uncle Howdy too busy inflicting, and now there we go, hitting the third man, going for the cover.
Jey Uso leaving his mark on the entirety of the Red Circle. And if they can't stop one man, how are they supposed to stop 3?
We do not know. It's, oh my god, just throwing that sledgehammer onto Jey Uso was Karrion Kross, the man who's been on his own jobber run recently. And tonight, I'm pretty sure, I know you're a statistic man here, but isn't Karrion Kross the man with the most losses currently this year?
Well, not the man with the most losses, but he's on the biggest loss streak this year. He's currently on a 9 loss streak.
And tonight he's looking to make sure it doesn't become a perfect 10. But tonight it is to see, you know, this nine loss streak might not even, the 10 might not even come by his hands for once. It could come to the hands of Howdy, it could come to the hands of Gacy. It all depends who it comes to. As the figure 4 locked in outside by Cody. I don't know who got hit and who started bleeding, but I'm pretty sure I've seen some blood drip on the mat.
I'm sure we'll be able to figure that out soon enough, David.
It's a big super kick there by Jay, now lifting up Karrion Kross, sending him onto the ropes as Steve Blackman was looking for something there. Jay now going for the cover as Steve Blackman lifts up Uncle Howdy, and oh my god, just sending him straight down. And another super kick by Jay.
Well, Jey Uso on a quiet little loss streak of his own. He's currently on a 3 loss streak. Now he's called upon the Lethal Nightmares, and who have actually been doing very well as a team. So could he potentially pick up a win and end his 3 loss streak for tonight?
Well, that is it. The loss streak's on the line then. As now, look at this, going for a pedigree possibly, but Karrion Kross getting out of it in a big clothesline.
And we spoke about Jey Uso on a 3-loss streak. And then we have the better brother Jimmy on an 11-win streak. And how long is that one going to keep on going?
I mean, that is why Jimmy Uso is picked by the Authority, because of how great and how amazing he is. Look at Cody with a moonsault there. And Steve Blackman now, look at this. With a gyro choke. Onto him, locked in by Steve Blackman. This could be a carrying cross. Could tap, but no.
It was locked in the centre of the ring. There was nowhere for carrying cross to go, but he managed to find a way out. And now Steve Blackman turning his attention to Joe Gacy. Jey Uso hooking the leg of Uncle Howdy.
As Cody's got this steps, he's looking to go full Homelander tonight. As Blackman getting a cover. This could be it. No kick out by Joe Gacy at the last second. It's up top. Cody, drop kick.
Why?
The spear! Spear!
I'll tell you what, it might be the worst spear in the business, but it sure came out of nowhere because I did not even see that spear.
On carrying cross. And we're not. No, we are back. That screen just doesn't work for me anymore. You know, tonight, and I'm pretty sure the Red Sox will try and hamper with everything right now. Over there, but both men of the Red respective teams breaking those pins up.
Trying to get some momentum, and that's stopped by Jey Uso and Steve Blackman. They're fighting back. They're not giving up. Steve Blackman.
There's another spear
to the back.
Another spear by Jey. Gacy's down. Cross is down, and that's it. There is
Jey Uso.
There is no better way to get it. Obviously, he took the disrespect further by pissing on Dijak's grave, and tonight he's just dug a grave for the other members of the Red Circle getting that justice tonight. Very big pun intended with Steve Blackman being there. And what a win as Jey, look at that, celebrating that win a little bit more. It's what the hell?
Oh no, the lights have went out, David. I can't see anything from my desk.
Neither can I. I'm trying to see what's going on. What on earth is going on? What? I still don't have anything yet. Oh my god!
Oh my god! I mean, we saw that Jey Uso managed to pin Uncle Howdy of all people, and now, whatever has happened to him, I think the Red Circle might have attacked him. Or somebody else might have attacked him, but Jey Uso is out cold at ringside right now.
Covered in blood, covered in just circles of his own blood. As look at that, it looks like the stairs were the casualty, and as well as that sledgehammer and nail plank there on the outside. As look at the arena, the whole entire floor is covered in red. The Red Circle may not have got the win tonight, but they definitely have got the last laugh.
And talk about leaving your mark on an opponent.
You talk about the Hounds of Justice, and tonight the Hounds of Justice tear each other apart. Tonight they finally have went out in their own packs, made their own way, as tonight take it to Mike Rowe.
The following contest is a triple threat match.
And now it all comes down.
What are you interrupting Mike for? Mike's done nothing to you. You know what? Mike's done nothing to you. But the one man that hasn't done anything is not Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns has won the world title. I tried to make up a smart line there, but it didn't work. But ladies and gentlemen, get your ones to the sky, because it is the needle mover, it is the head of the table, it is the GOAT, it is the man in God mode, it is your tribal chief, your head of the table, Roman Reigns, and he's brought back the fucking blue here.
Well, the OTC, the tribal chief, a former A2C World Heavyweight Champion, a man who dominated every mountain he's climbed until one night Seth Rollins ruined it all. He took it all away, and ever since that night, Roman hasn't chased revenge, he's hunted it.
And that is it. That was what the Shield was all about. Hunting, rioting, taking down everyone that stood in their way, tried to tell them no, and that one man that tore that Shield down, broke that barrier, was Seth Rollins. And the man who's been in the inflicted pain of it all, mentally and physically, was Roman Reigns. You obviously mentioned it right there. That man was the man that took away his title. That was the man that took away the Shield. That is the man who lives rent-free in Roman Reigns' head.
And now Roman Reigns is nothing but a warrior, trying to seek revenge and reclaim what was once his. He's built an even bigger following. Even the spirits are acknowledging Roman Reigns here tonight.
And obviously, every petal on that Ulafala signifies a bloodline member. I said it when he went to face Swerve Strickland for that title, is that the bloodline is known for being dripped in gold. Tonight, Roman Reigns looks to reclaim that gold, even though it is Seth Rollins, the man with the motto of redesign, rebuild, reclaim. That is what Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley is looking to do to themselves tonight, to take down the Messiah, to take down that man Seth Rollins, and the man that calls himself a god, but he is not on god mode like Roman Reigns. He does not have an island of relevancy. This man is the real man that looks to run this place.
Well, it was once his yard, but can it be his graveyard here tonight at Halloween Havoc?
I like that. That was a fucking great line, man. Great line. But one man that doesn't know about a hairline is Jon Moxley, as here comes the bald bastard himself, ready to cause some violence, ready to make sure that Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins become Death Riders.
Well, there he is, the unchained soul of professional wrestling, a man who bleeds for the fight and laughs through the pain. Jon Moxley has walked through fire and learned to enjoy the burn, and he's here for two reasons: to try and win this beloved championship and to make a statement to the authority, as he mentioned last week.
And obviously, this man is looking to take down as many people as possible. Obviously, right now he's looking to take down Hunter, the man that left him in that ambulance when Drew McIntyre beat him at SummerSlam. He has said, obviously, like you said at that previous time, he came over and he said what he had to say. And tonight, it is wondering if that will be the story. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get on your knees, praise the Messiah, and embrace the vision, as here comes your A2C World Heavyweight Champion, Seth frickin' Rollins.
The man who rewrote the rules, reshaped the system and tore down every wall in front of him. Seth Rollins didn't climb to the top, he clawed his way there. He betrayed allies, he shattered friendships and left a path of destruction behind him. He's a visionary, he's a revolutionary, and he's a madman wrapped in gold. It's Seth frickin' Rollins.
And obviously, you take away that L from gold and you get God. And that is what Seth Rollins has been looking to play ever since, because he was the god of mischief and Loki when he took that title from Roman Reigns, glorifying his purpose. And tonight he is dressed as, I might be wrong, but I think that might be Zeus or something, some kind of Greek god. Because tonight the man is looking to keep that title chiseled in his name. He is looking to make sure the lightning strikes on his moment. And tonight that these two men get curb stomped straight back down the way that they got struck down with that steel chair when he put that in their backs many years ago. As again, I don't think we'll take it to Mike Rome because they don't do triple threat introductions, but we will get this matchup started, underway. The Hounds of Justice, the former Shield, Roman, Seth, Moxley. It is about to go down, and it is about to be a blood fest. I was going to say blood fest, but I don't know. I don't know.
Now it all comes down to this: the ghosts of brotherhood, the ashes of loyalty, and the hunger for supremacy. These three men are ready to take each other on for the chance at the most prized possession in all of A2C.
And obviously, we've seen on the emergence that it was Moxley and Reigns that teamed together against the Vision. And they lost thanks to Seth Rollins coming out in that Shield gear that stabbed them in the back many years ago, like I've mentioned. But the one thing that is so complicated about all of this is that looking at it recently, Jon Moxley has been against power, against the authority. Seth Rollins' whole entire vision of this is to stop those in power. But the thing is that he's trying to gain power to stop that power. But the one person that is all about power, we all know, with his ego and his mindset, is Roman Reigns. So these men, not just connected through the Shield, connected through their own visions, their own kind of, I forgot the word, values. And that is what makes this match 10 times more complicated than it already is at base level. This is like those iceberg videos you see where the layer just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. The more you look, the more you get scared, and the more you start to realize just how serious this match is tonight.
Well, this match is beyond serious. I'm sure no referee in the world wants to call this kind of storm. You're not just managing a match, you're in the middle of a war, and you've got to feel bad for that referee, because I'm scared just sat in my chair over here, David.
I am. Let's look at this. He's looking to fly. Roman Reigns telling him, do what you have to do. Put down Seth Rollins, put down the Messiah, is watching him fly and send them straight into our announce table.
And Roman Reigns just letting Jon Moxley give some damage to the champion.
And now look at this, a kind of
fighting back.
cross-faced lock pin on the outside. That's not going to do anything, as you have to get into ring to win it. Roman now
These
just
three men know each other all too well. This isn't strategy, this is instinct. They know each other too well for mind games. They just have to do what their opponents least expect at the right time. Be able to get the upper hand against former brothers.
And obviously, you know, two men that have hinted that Shield kind of stuff was, oh my god, it's Seth sent into the barricade. Sorry, we had a light shoot by Jon Moxley, but you know, two men that have hinted that Shield, trying to get in each other's minds, was Moxley and Seth. Obviously, I mentioned about him coming in with the chair and the Shield attire when they had that tag match against the Vision. As a big knee there by Seth, but also Moxley when he had that promo on the Overkill, when he came in and slightly invaded it. He came in through the crowd like the Shield used to do so many years ago.
Well, we've seen betrayal, we've seen blood, and we've seen brilliance, but only one man can walk out as the champion here tonight. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins now in the ring, Jon Moxley laying on the outside, and these two men are going to take it upon themselves to give as much punishment as they can Jon Moxley making his way back in as Roman going for the pin, and it's broken up immediately. You can't script this kind of emotion, you can only feel it.
And that is some unscripted violence, something Jon Moxley does know about. As now, look at this, Seth freaking Rollins, oh!
Just leaving Roman Reigns on the ground, but now Jon Moxley taking advantage, and he goes for a roll-up pin, but Seth's not going to go down that easily, and he's not going to drop that title.
There's another cover there on Roman though. This could be it. No, kick out at one is obviously a beautiful Phil Nelson suplex into a bridge there by Jon Moxley. As now he's looking to go for a snap suplex there. Possibly he's going to go for another position. Seen another pinfall. But Seth Rollins getting back up. Oh my God! That was like a kind of deep, not exactly a deep one, but like a kind of smaller version of it, which Roman Reigns obviously has adapted to. His moveset is now slamming a stop sign onto Roman Reigns, just as I mentioned him.
Well, luckily for us, I think the shine of Jon Moxley's head might be scaring the ghosts away on this haunted Halloween day.
It may be, but is that the light that Jon Moxley will be looking for, or is the light going to be the light from the self-acclaimed God, the self-acclaimed Messiah of Seth Rollins? That is what the big question is who will walk out with the shiniest thing in this company, which is the A2C World Championship.
And Roman Reigns now taking a bit of control in this match. He doesn't need a costume. He's already the stuff of nightmares for anyone standing across the ring. As now he goes back to back with Seth Rollins, the champion. Jon Moxley trying to get involved. He can't get a pinch.
I think Seth was going to try and look for a curb stomp, but Roman went and changed that story of what Seth was trying to write for himself, right in that Bible of Seth Rollins, right in the Bible of the Messiah. But it is going to be Jon Moxley that is standing tall right now, and he's looking to put Seth out of his misery. He's looking to get revenge for what Seth done many years ago, but no changes his plans, and looks to go for Roman, try to do it right in front of Seth, rub it into him, telling him this is what you caused.
Seth looking under the ring for potential weapons to give him an advantage, and what's he got in his hand? I can't tell from my...
Oh, it's an urn! It's an urn! Seth Rollins has got his Nick Khan's fucking urn! Why is he has got Nick Khan's ashes in that urn, and he was looking to use it as Roman Reigns going for the deep one cover by Roman Reigns. That could be the haunting of Seth Rollins as a kick out.
And Seth, oh my God! And Roman Reigns hits a spear on Jon Moxley. He doesn't even need to pin Seth Rollins to become the champion. Can he do it?
Oh my
Another
God.
kick out at 2.
As Nick Khan's ashes, his urn is lying there in the corner of the ring as a Superman punch.
And Seth Rollins maybe trying to predict the future. Maybe he's trying to
Spear
put
again.
one of these men in an urn, but now Roman Reigns broken up by Jon Moxley, but he hits an amazing spear on God himself, Seth Rollins.
And now, look at this. Jon Moxley, beautiful German suplex onto Roman. So obviously we've got a factor. Will that urn be used tonight? As a big clothesline by Jon Moxley, big lariat there, and Roman went for a big boot, but Jon moving out of the way, now trying to script his own violence, but now look at this beautiful slam down onto Roman, and now he is absolutely set in the scene. He is pissed, and he's got that chair that has haunted his career, and looking to use it on the man that haunted him for it. Seth Rollins is a super kick. Roman now getting himself into it, and a beautiful
Now Roman Reigns hooking the leg, going for a pin, count of 2, and another kick out by Jon Moxley. Seth Rollins was too interested in the stairs that have probably still got Jey Uso's blood printed on them.
Now Seth, looking for that buckle bomb.
We know that move can potentially injure superstars.
He's going at it as now he's looking to feel the wrath of the curb stomp right there onto Moxley. Cover. Reigns is still out, hanging on that ropes, and this could be it. And oh my god, a kick out by Jon Moxley, just saving himself and his chances at the gold.
And Jon Moxley really is not giving up. He really wants to make that statement after his return. And there is the use of that chair that has played such a massive role in this storyline.
Now, Seth, now shoving Roman on the outside. This is perfect opportunity. And oh my god, he's got that chair again. And we talked about it ages ago, is how much he beat Jon Moxley with that chair when he took out the Shield, but he didn't go down as much as he did then. Oh my god.
And these three men continuing to fight. Seth Rollins is compromised currently, and Jon Moxley looking to get over on Roman Reigns, who's fighting back. But no, beautiful lariat clothesline from Jon Moxley.
We haven't seen that in a while. And now Seth, look at this, hanging up Moxley on that apron. I don't know what on earth he's trying to do or trying to say by doing that, as he takes down Roman. Kick to the back. And now he's focusing again on Moxley, as now he picks up that urn of Nick Khan and bashes it on the head, that bald head of Jon Moxley. And what a way he could do it, by killing Nick Khan and killing Jon Moxley with that, but no, kick out.
And the disrespect to use the urn of a man. But look, here is his vision. His vision of entering the ring.
As All Ego Ethan Page taken out by Roman, and the big man who was in earlier in the Trick or Treat Battle Royal taken out by Moxley.
Well, we spoke about it before when Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley teamed up against the Vision on Emergence.
You're talking about teaming up. It looks like they're going to team up again. There's a spear by Roman. Tonight it isn't just about these three men battling against each other. It's to make sure that the odds are even. And out of these two men, if they do put down the Messiah, who's it going to be? As a Death Rider there by Jon Moxley, and now turning to the Big Ozilla.
Well, we know what Seth Rollins is like. These two men, as much as they may have their differences, they have to work together to make sure that Seth does not have the upper hand here tonight. And where is Roman taking Bronson Reed? And a spear right next to our announce table. And I've just felt the floor vibrate as Bronson Reed just landed on the floor.
Oh my god, you see when that table gets put down, you remember what the Shield, the Hounds of Justice used to do when that table was there. But tonight it doesn't look like Jon and Roman are looking to do that. It looks like Roman's going to make his own impact on his own, as a Uranagi down.
And a Uranagi straight through my beloved Spanish announce table. And I'm not happy right now.
Wait. As now they turn the attention, oh my god, is Jon Moxley and Seth staring at each other. The men who's been trying to put down power. And these two just exchanging words, no strikes as of right now. Oh my god, the game is here! Triple H!
Oh my god!
We talked about it. We said that Jon Moxley was calling out Triple H. He came over to Overkill to talk shit about him, and the game is now here to return that favor, telling him you can't talk about me just like that. And now it looks like Jon Moxley may have made the biggest mistake of his life, calling out Triple H, calling out the Overkill GM.
Well, the leader of the Authority is here, and he's got his beloved sledgehammer, and he's just attacking Jon Moxley with it. This is ruthless. You can feel the tension after everything Jon Moxley said, all the shots he's taken at the Authority, and Triple H cannot take any more.
And obviously, Roman is still down after that announced table spot. And obviously, you remember the close times of the other indie company where Seth and Triple H used to be a thing in another Authority with a curb stomp. And this could be it, ladies and gentlemen. All hail the Messiah as Seth Rollins retains his title.
And Seth Rollins now posing up next to the urn of Nick Khan as he lifts that title.
Yeah, obviously, like you said right there, that is the ashes of Nick Khan, the man still buried deep because of the hands of Seth frickin' Rollins. And what poetic justice this is as he rises more to the top. Nick Khan and the Shield go straight more down into hell.
Roman Reigns was too focused on the vision, and Moxley wanted his attention. Well, he's got it now. Triple H putting him in the dirt, ready for Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins picking up the win to retain.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on A2C Halloween Havoc. This has been an absolute amazing weekend, stacked of matches, stacked of amazing things that have happened. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see you for Overkill, which I believe will be on Tuesday. And we will see you then. Goodbye.
Goodbye.